we're here with Corance and Samax, and what do you guys do?
We make comics.
Yeah?
Among other things. Yeah, we make comics, among other things. This is the magazine my man Samax here puts out called Ghetto Manga. It has original comics in it, as well as articles about the cross-section between the hip-hop community and the comics community, which is, a much stronger connection than, one might, one might think.
Like, what's an example of that?
Well, I'm glad you asked. This is MF Doom. MF Doom is a rapper.
I know who he is. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Well, maybe you might not know.
Yeah.
MF Doom is a rapper, basically, who is heavily influenced by old cartoons and comics. And if you look, there is the subcultures of like hip hop culture and kind of outsider comics is very deep too. Besides the fact that people are just a lot of rappers are just heavily influenced by comics as a pop culture phenomenon.
Right. They've got names and they talk about
if
how
you look at Wu-Tang
kick-ass they
Clan
are.
or
that's totally
yeah.
Johnny Blaze.
You find a lot that because the early Marvel comics all took place in New York City,
right?
And hip hop was born in the Bronx, and spread through the boroughs before people like us got to get into it. So that connection was there with Marvel comics a lot, and the iconography of comics with characters like Superman being kind of a symbol of strength and power, or Batman being a symbol of revenge and kind of street justice.
Yep.
You do get a lot of that with the overlap. I mean, Thor's hammer has been quoted in, like, referenced in comics. I mean, in rap videos and songs since I was a child. So I mean, it's one of those things that I knew the connection was there. When I started making comics myself, I actually encountered people who in the industry who would say, well, black people don't read comics, so how it would be difficult to sell comics with black characters, or like the people would read a sample of my books and there's a lot of slang and stuff, and they would say, well, people don't understand this kind of like jargon or whatever, it's confusing. But I knew that that lots of black people buy comics because I buy them, but then also just hip hoppers at large. It's an easier sell. Comics are a very easy sell in hip hop culture. They get it.
Now you're the artist. Are you an artist as well, or writer?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so, did you do all the art in this one?
No.
Okay.
Ghetto Manga is like
it's
like a
collaboration.
magazine. So
yeah.
I get contributors from all over the country. Actually, some people in other countries. This guy's actually, what does it say? Patrick Chong is from French Polynesia. So
how do people submit to you?
On my website,
just
on
on your website,
ghettomanga.com.
Okay.
Sometimes I approach artists that I see on the web. I'm on DeviantArt and stuff like that. So, like, I might approach an artist and say, hey, I'm doing something, and the theme of this book, and would you like to submit for it?
Mm-hmm.
But we also do our own comics, and I do a lot of art, things or whatever.
Right.
Really, to me, like, what my art career is about is, as an artist, sometimes you just kind of feel like an outsider, or people are constantly rejecting you. You send a letter, you want to work for Marvel, and they reject you. You want to work for DC or whoever. But I really thought there's nothing wrong with me. I'm just not right for those things. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to create something that I was right for. So everything I really do as an artist is just putting my feelings and my sensibilities out there, and just kind of doing the footwork of trying to find all the potential fans that I can for that.
Yeah. So you're saying that since there wasn't a place for you, you're going to make your own place.
Right.
Yeah.
I knew, and again, I know that the audience existed for the book that I was doing at that time. I think that the people know, one, black people are invisible a lot of the times. We come and we spend our money, but our money's the same color as green, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then you get used to, we don't come in and say, hey, I'm black and I'm buying something. Or, like, even more so, right, exactly. Even more so with, like, hip hop culture, because you never know. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't know that you would know who MF Doom was just by
Sure.
looking at you.
Yeah.
You know, and that's how it is. That's what makes it dangerous.
Yeah.
You know, is that, you know, it can get where people don't know it is.
And did you do these as well?
We have a third guy with us today.
Okay.
Khalid Robertson. He's part of the Ghostworks crew. There's 5 of us in all. And yeah, this is his stuff. It's good stuff. He's pretty awesome. And what do you have to say about Khalid?
Like a lot of artists, he holds a lot back, or he wants it to be perfect. And what he doesn't understand sometimes is that if you offer them what you got, it's already good enough for them.
Yeah.
He has his art book on the end there called Off the Floor. The reason why it's called Off the Floor is because we were talking about making art books, and he was like, well, I don't know if I have anything. And I was like, look, you got enough like scattered pieces of paper on the floor here with art that you could just pick them all up, scan them, and staple them together, and you'd have an art book that people would pay money for.
Right.
And so, like, to give me credit, he named his book Off the Floor. And I just always try and encourage people to do whatever they do out of themselves, you know, offer what they have to offer. Sometimes people will kind of say, well, you know, what you have to offer is not what everybody wants. But you don't have to do it for everybody.
Yeah.
Just for people who it'll work, you know, who if it reaches them, that they will enjoy it.